And we welcome you to race day number 9 back here at the friendly confines of Lewis Downs. Beautiful day here in Gainesville, Florida.
Oh,
I am Jimmy Rakes, your stride by stride guide for today's action. And let's take a look at the weather and our track conditions. It's always beautiful in Gainesville, but today it's a rainy, beautiful day
there we go.
in Gainesville. As you can see, we've got the dirt track running muddy, the turf track running soft, and the new synthetic track this year today running fast here in the swamp, the rainy swamp. All right, let's kick it over to Chris for some more pregame information. Chris, take it away.
All right, thanks, Jimmy. Let's see here. Yeah, first announcement is the draft has been scheduled, so it's 8 p.m. on Saturday, June 14th. Put it in your calendars. That'll be awesome. It'll be all the unowned 2-year-olds, and then I think some of the we had two stables dissolved last week, and instead of putting the best horses from those stables into claims races where someone could get really lucky, I think the best horses from those stables will join the 2-year-olds in this draft. Um, all right, race day 9 storylines. So as mentioned, Casey Stable and Jesse Stable have been dissolved. Super appreciative of their participation through last week. So I thought I'd recap their stables a little bit. Here's their all-time stats. Casey had, let's see, 24 plus 9, 33 top three finishes, over $1 million in career winnings. Jesse also had over $1 million in career winnings. It looks like she had 16 top three finishes, but I recall that she performed really well in the biggest stakes races, even if she didn't win them. Uh, the Kentucky Derby, I think the Triple Crown races last year, and I think she performed well in the Saudi Cup last year. Uh, yeah, some big ones. In 2024 last year, they both finished in the money. Jesse finished fourth and Casey sixth. And then there's a little recap at the bottom of their stakes race history. Casey won three and Jesse won one. Here are those six winners. Walt Stradivarius, We Don't Say That, and Razzmatazz from Casey Stable, and Jesse Stable's stakes winner was Quicksilver. And Quicksilver and We Don't Say That are fathers of a bunch of our new 2-year-olds, so their legacy lives on. Um, as a result of their leaving, Charlie moves into the money, into the top six. All right, here's another storyline from of late, and it's Nate's charge. Remember, he didn't have any wins on days 1, 2, or 3. He had the most wins on day 8 with 2. If you go back since the start of day 7, who had the most wins? That's Nate with 4 since day 7. Who had the most wins since day 6? That's Nate with 6. Since day 5, that's Nate with 7. Since day 4, that's Nate with 8. So he's on a roll. The most wins since the start of day 3 is a tie between Zach and Nate with 8. After the slow start, Nate's been charging and has climbed from seventh place to fifth place. So speaking of Nate, as you guys might remember, he's joined the broadcast team, and we'll turn it over to him for Nate's knowledge.
Thank you very much, Chris. Good to be back. All right, so this week's topic is a request from Zach. He kept bugging me about it. He wants to know, what are synthetic tracks made out of, and generally, what's their deal? So synthetic tracks are artificial surfaces creating from a blend of materials to mimic the natural feel of natural tracks while offering enhanced performance. Common components include sand for foundational texture, synthetic fibers for elasticity and stability, recycled rubber or PVC to reduce impact on the horse's legs, and wax ensuring cohesion and weather resistance. As we can see, for today's rain, it's still running fast. These are layered over drainage systems for optimal performance. Proponents argue they are more consistent, durable, weather resistant, and safer, but they do have very high installation costs, and owners, trainers, and bettors are mixed on the effects it has on the training and races themselves. For HRFL, so far, no individual horses have more than one win on the new surfaces. Superfluous Pizzazz got the first win on a synthetic surface back on race day one. And Zach and I are tied with the most wins on synthetic surfaces with 3 wins each. Back to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Nate. Nate's knowledge, folks. And yeah, Lewis Downs is proud to have a new synthetic track this year. All right, race day 9 preview. It's short. There's just 6 races tonight. And after tonight, we're at the halfway point for the whole season, and we can turn to the second half. All right, Jimmy, we got your dark horse, right?
Yes, everybody's favorite segment.
Everybody's favorite segment.
Everybody's.
Everybody's.
All right. We only got 6 races. I'm going with race number 5, and a little somewhat appropriate to my week here. Work Burnout. What I've been feeling this week, and so I go ahead and go with the horse named Work Burnout. As you can see, this is a maiden race, so none of those horses have won. But if you notice, their Work Burnout has not won a cent in the 3 races that she's been in. She's totally due. Close to ideal race distance, and we'll see if she likes the mud. We'll find out about that. And as you can see, lots of D grade horses there, a couple C's. So not going all the way here, but Work Burnout to show in race number 5.
All right, Jimmy, fantastic, and certainly a long shot with all the D's and C and E grade horses in the race.
Indeed.
We'll watch for that. All right, in the standings, there wasn't a lot going on in day 8, but there were still some moves. I mentioned earlier that Charlie moved into 6th place with Casey and Jesse's forfeiture and dissolution. And then up at the top, Johnny and Brett were super close, still super close, but Johnny has passed Brett. He's in 2nd place now. All right, there's the standings. We'll head to the track, but before that, one more fun thing. Let's see. And that is that Nate, for the upcoming actual Kentucky Oaks and Kentucky Derby, made an HRFL style entry sheet for those races. So it's fun and awesome. And you can see all their stats. It's laid out just like you all are familiar with. I'm going to put this in the art and fun content tab if you want to check it out later. All right. Race number 1, Jimmy.
All right. Very nice on that real life derby thing too, Nate.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's get race number 1 going. Only got 6 races, as we said. First one, $30,000 purse, 8 furlongs on the dirt, which is, of course, muddy today. And I, J's, and K's eligible, but we only got I's and J's. 2 J's, goes without saying, and Pogacar. And then we've got a bunch of I's ready to rock. Nate, you got some notes for us?
Yeah, goes without saying, and That Ain't Mine both won their last time out, so we can see if either of them get a streak going here.
Indeed. And
Right.
I've also got 2 horses out here in the mud. We'll see how they do.
All right, yes, good luck. Here we go.
All right, horses in the gate. As you can see, you got the muddy track here, and they're off. Pogacar, Bear Patrol out with an early lead. Goes without saying right there as well. That Ain't Mine. Bear Patrol, and goes without saying, taking the lead. Pogacar right there. Bear Patrol, Gratitude, Stampedo all keeping pace, bite size as well. That Ain't Mine. And Eye Candy rounding out the field. Stampedo down there as well. Both spick and span trying to make a run. But it's back and forth as we come down the stretch. That Ain't Mine trying to build a lead. Both spick and span up in the second. Pogacar in third. But it's That Ain't Mine running this race. Down the stretch they go. Pogacar trying to make a charge. Making it close late. But it's going to be That Ain't Mine for the win. Congratulations to Walt, Bear Patrol, and Gratitude. Second and third for Andrew. Followed by Goes Without Saying, Pogacar, both spick and span, Stampedo, bite size, and my boy Eye Candy rounding out the field. Congrats again to Walt. That Ain't Mine on race 1.
All right, yeah, congrats, Walt. All right, race number 2.
All right. A little bit bigger purse on this one. A little shorter, though, just 6 furlongs. Back out on the mud. Lots of F's, G's, and one H there, but should be close with all those F for Fentons ready to rock in the mud. And what else you got, Nate?
The last time Seize the Means was in the eighth post position, she had her best career finish in second on race day 16 last year.
Ooh, maybe she likes
All
that.
right. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see if she seizes the means today. Back out to the mud, the slop. And last one in the gates, they're off. Take a chill pill. The professor, Green with Envy, setting the pace early. That's how they get you. Fighting Orange up there. Sees the means now. Up into second. Down the backstretch. Sees the means. Fighting Orange. Green with Envy all switching spots. Fighting Orange now with the lead, but Picturesque is there as well. Green with Envy. Fighting Orange. Full length lead over the field, though, past the halfway point. Trots up into second. That's how they get you there. Picturesque making a run towards Fighting Orange and takes the lead. It's a 3-horse race. That's how they get you now in the lead. Trying to pull away. No Bagel catches them. No Bagel with the lead. Half a length. Down the stretch they come. Green with Envy. Not far behind, but it's No Bagel. Giving it up to Green with Envy right there at the end. Alex and Green with Envy with the win. No Bagel in second, followed by Clip Clop. That's how they get you. Spoinkinator, Picturesque, Street Credibility, The Professor, Future World, Sees the Means, Take a Chill Pill, Fighting Orange, Citronaut, and Trots. Rounding out the field. Congrats again to Alex, Green with Envy.
Congrats, Alex. And Nate, close one.
So close.
Yeah, there it was. All right, moving right along.
All right. I love saying no bagel in case you didn't notice. All right, race number 3, another short one here on the dirt. That mud is just ready. It's even more muddy now after the first 2 races. And mostly F's here. We've got a couple G's as well. And I've got my boy Regular But Friday in there. What else we got, Nate?
Even though they're more of an underdog in this race, I'm looking at Rise to Votes just because they have the second most money among G grade horses. So I don't think they're going to be afraid of any of these F graders.
Nice, yeah, up over $100,000 in career prize money for Rise to Vote, sir.
Nate, do you know who's the only G grade horse with more? You have that in front of you?
I think it's My Horse. That's an order, but I would have to double check that.
Oh, sure. And another note maybe is Walt, the winner of the first race, has 3 in this one.
Indeed. All right, let's head back out to the track. And they're off. Serendipity, Stalwart, Persuader, Rise to Vote, sir. Firepower all setting the pace early. Television Static right there as well. Regular But Friday up in the 4th, but it's Firepower. Television Static up in front. Television Static in the lead at the halfway point. Rise to Vote, sir, in 3rd. Firepower not far behind. Serendipity trying to make a run. It's good to see you again as well, but it's Television Static running this race as they come around the turn. Firepower trying to keep pace. Rise to Vote, sir. Regular But Friday now up in the 3rd, but Television Static full length lead over the field. Down the stretch they come. It's good to see you again trying to close, but it's all Television Static for Nate. Gets the win. It's good to see you again for Charlie in 2nd. Seismic Shift with the show, followed by Stalwart, Persuader, Firepower, Updog, Regular But Friday, Serendipity, and Rise to Vote, sir. Did not rise to race in this one as they finished last. But congrats, Nate. Television Static.
Thank you.
Yeah, hey, close 2nd in the last one and dominant 1st in this one.
Love to see it.
Nicely done.
And for everyone that observes that Nate often has real good notes, Rise to Vote, sir, did get last. So
yeah,
he won the race.
Wrong.
But he's not perfect.
Just got to take that opportunity to just,
Yeah.
No, all right, halfway through our short little schedule today, race number 4, our only claiming race of the day. $51,000 will get you one of these 6 horses. And we're going to race this one on the synthetic track, 11 furlongs. But as we said, short, small little field. Nate's got Sudden Burst and 2 unhoned horses here. Mr. Edward vibing and looking like Archivist, though. Big favorite.
Yeah, Mr. Edward is the only one that has a win, but that was last year on race day 17. So none of these other horses, other than Sudden Burst, has a top 3 finish this year. So everybody's trying to improve in this race.
Indeed.
Right.
And since we've only got 6 horses, everybody's going to get some money. Let's head out to the synthetic track. Last horse in the gate, and they're off. Vibing, Mr. Edward, No Diggity, setting the pace, followed by the Archivist, the Velocitizer, and Mr. Edward, Archivist jumping up into first. No Diggity right there, though, along with the Velocitizer as they come down the back stretch. Velocitizer with a small lead, Vibing now right there with them. No Diggity there as well. Archivist, Mr. Edward, and Sudden Burst all trying to keep pace, but it's No Diggity in the Velocitizer. Switching back and forth down the stretch they come. Archivist, the Velocitizer, trying to catch No Diggity, but No Diggity, setting the pace. Archivist right there as they come down the stretch. Archivist taking over and finishing strong for Stefan. Archivist with the win, followed by No Diggity in second. Vibing with the show. Mr. Edward in fourth, then the Velocitizer and Sudden Burst rounding out our field. Congrats to Stefan, Archivist.
Yeah, congrats, Stefan.
All right. And did we have any claims in that race, Chris?
All right, Jimmy, there were no claims in this one. So that means no claims this week.
All right. Too rich for everyone's blood, looks like here.
Perhaps that.
So we'll head on to our maiden race today, race number 5, 8.5 furlongs, back in the mud. And this one, of course, my dark horse, trying to get the show here in the 3 spot, Work Burnout, and then got my dark horse, but I also have 3 D grade horses in there, trying to get them a win as well. Yeah, fun field here, Nate.
Yeah, this also has my favorite nugget of the day. Laos has the most combined second and third place finishes in HRFL with 7. There are 3 other horses with 6.
Wow.
That was my favorite thing of this week.
That is fun. Yeah.
More than half their races too.
Yeah.
But no wins. Perhaps they can get their first. Someone will get their first here. As we said, our only maiden race of the day. Head back out to the dirt. Last horse in the gate, and they're off. Big group out front early, slick as a whistle, setting the pace. Pocket Aces right there. Jazz now up into second, As If in fourth. 1.21 gigawatts. Evergreen Terrace up in the top half, but it's Pocket Aces with a big lead. Jazz now overtaken Pocket Aces with the lead at the halfway point. Slick as a whistle right there. Mastermind up in the third. As If now in the top 3. Anybody but Gary making a charge up into second and taking the lead. Anybody but Gary. Half-length lead over the field. Jazz trying to keep pace. Slick as a whistle. As If making a charge and taking the lead there. As If pulling away from the field. Stefan trying to get back-to-back wins, and he does. As If with the win. It's going to be a photo finish for second, and Ambush ends up taking it. Jazz in third. Anybody but Gary ends up in fourth, followed by Slick as a Whistle, 1.21 gigawatts. Jeff, Pathfinder, Pocket Aces, Mastermind, Evergreens Harris, Rickety Cricket, Work Burnout, my dark horse, way down there, and Laos ending up in last as well. So 2 horses of note before ended up taking the bottom 2 spots. But As If and Stefan, another win.
Yeah, congrats, Stefan, back to back. And then I feel like this is interesting. Second and third, Jimmy. Fourth and sixth, Mark. And then actually then back to Jimmy. Those stables really ran that race. And that is funny on the 2 horses and note finishing at the bottom. Back to
Good
back
race though.
Yeah. All right, last race of the evening.
All right, last one. That was, of course, our penultimate race of the evening. I almost forgot there. Our final race here on the turf. And 10.5 furlongs, $95,000 up for grabs. And a colorful field here, 14 horses. We've got For Old Time's Sake as the one, sorry, For Old Time's Sake and the Dark Crusader as the two B grade horses, and a couple C's and some D's as well. What else you got for us, Nate?
Yeah, there's a lot of talent in this field. 5 horses with 2 wins. Of course, Peterburg is looking for 3 in a row, so that would be good for you, Jimmy. If you're
Yes.
looking for kind of a maybe somewhere not exactly a dark horse, but some unexpected. Magical Crinkler has won 3 of her last 4, so see how it goes for
Nice.
her.
All right.
I love getting Nate's nuggets. I didn't know Peterburg was on a win streak, you know?
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Should have known. Nice.
All
Keep
right,
it going here.
on the wet turf. Last race of the evening.
All right. Last race of the evening. Let's get them in the gates here. And they're off. Albie out early, followed by Eola's Ibar. No fanfare. Hand grenades. Moving picture show now up into the lead. Get your comeuppance there. The top 5. Grunkalunka now making a move, but it's hand grenades and get your comeuppance. Setting the pace halfway through. Hand grenades with the lead. Eola's Ibar back up in the second. Jeffersonian now making a run and taking the lead for Kalen. Albie's right there. Eola's Ibar up in the third. Get your comeuppance there too. But Jeffersonian setting the pace to come around the turn. The Dark Crusader now in the lead. It's Jeffersonian Peterburg neck and neck as they come down the stretch. Jeffersonian Peterburg. Jeffersonian trying to pull away, but the Dark Crusader's right there as well. It's a photo finish, and it's my boy
wow.
Peterburg with the win. The Dark Crusader, a very close place. Jeffersonian with the show, followed by Albie, Hand Grenades, For Old Time's Sake, Grunkalunka, Freeman T, Immortal Glow, Get Your Come Up, It's Magical Crinkle, Eriola's Ibar Moving Picture Show, and No Fanfare rounding out the field. Peterburg. Let's go.
Yeah, congrats.
3 in a row now, Nate. Is that right?
3 in a row for
Let's
Peterburg.
go.
3 in
It's
a
the
row.
summer of Peterburg.
And he's also, we talked about horses that were popular fathers in the offseason. Peterburg is that also. And wow, yeah, hey, 3 in a row. Also, when I simulated this last weekend, it was so exciting. These 3 horses almost tied for first.
Yeah, that was super photo.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I simulated. There's 3 horses that clearly beat the field, and it came down to just the last second before they could sort it out. Super exciting race.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. That's it for our races. Do we have a standings update there, Chris?
Oh yeah, let's see if we can get that fired up. I had
And
forgot.
quick look at the schedule while Chris gets that. We've got a few more races here at Lewis Downs through May and into June before we have that auction draft for the 2-year-olds on July 14th.
June 14th.
June 14th.
Kalen notes.
Duh. There we go.
And then yeah, so this is the halfway point. The rest of the way, there's the draft, of course, lots of fun, and then lots of stakes races too. Also,
Absolutely.
I'm worried that I've planned day 10's schedule, and I'm worried that I have too many races in that one. But we'll see how it goes. And race day 11, for those that tune in, can learn that that's going to be a light week with not very many races. And then we get back into stakes season.
Indeed.
All right, let's see. Update the standings. So Brett passed Johnny back up. They're so close in second and third.
Less than
Good.
1,000.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Otherwise, top 6 didn't change. Jimmy, you're up into 7th. That's certainly a climb. I don't know exactly from where several weeks ago, but you're up
Gaining
there
on it.
now. Yeah.
Nice.
And then yeah, Stefan with the 2 wins, maybe closer to 10th than 12th. Maybe he's making a climb.
Yeah, nicely
All-
done.
All right, that's it for this week. Jimmy, you want to sign us off?
All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. For Nate and Chris, I'm Jimmy. We'll see you back here at Lewis Downs in 2 weeks. Good night, everybody.